and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the new Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. I've been seeing this everywhere, all over Instagram, and I have personally never tried a Tarte foundation. I've only heard good things about the Amazonian clay line from their brand, so I'm really excited to try this. I personally love foundation sticks. I think they're beautiful. Some of my all-time favorite foundations are foundation sticks. I love the Tom Ford foundation stick. I love the Hourglass foundation stick, so I'm really excited to see how this one does compared to them. The only thing I have to say is when I went to buy this in store, they had its own stand and the color selection isn't very good. I went with the shade Tan Sand, and the one above this was so light. Like, I fake tanned today. Yesterday I wasn't tanned and I went in and I was swatching it on my face. This is my natural color. I don't have any fake tan on it. The one shade lighter than this was lighter than my untanned face. So I was like, I cannot use that. So I went with this shade, which is a little bit too dark, but I'm hoping that I could blend it in. So one thing I have to say is that the shades are a little bit weird. I didn't have like a perfect match, but I'm hoping that this one will be okay. I haven't watched any reviews on this foundation because I didn't want to be like biased or get like what they said in my head. So I really want to be honest, see how this wears all day. It is pretty early right now. It is 12:25 right now. I'm getting ready for the day. I have to film a few videos and then I have a party at my best friend's house tonight, so we will see how it wears all day. It claims to be a 12-hour foundation. I have an eyelash stuck to my phone. Let's see the claims. So it says, have you fed your skin lately? Our 12-hour creamy matte clay stick feeds your appetite for weightless natural coverage and good for you nutrients. I'm gonna do half my face with a sponge, half my face with a beauty blender and see which one I like more. Normally I always apply it with a beauty blender, but we'll see. So yeah, if you wanna see how this foundation works, how it looks, and how it lasts throughout the day, and what I think about it, then keep on watching. I also apologize for my background. I'm in the process of moving and everything is packed up, so I'm literally just sitting in my room, so I'm very sorry about that. Right now on my face, all I have is moisturizer. I have the CEO moisturizer from Sunday Riley and I applied it around half an hour ago, so it's all sunk in my skin. I am going to be applying my regular primers. My skin has been so dry recently. I'm just going to take some of the Marc Jacobs coconut primer and put it all over my face. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of my POREfessional. I'm almost out of this. I'm going to just pat that where I need to cover up my pores. I also have been breaking out a little bit recently. I'm not sure from what. This is what it looks like. It has very nice packaging, very standard to the Amazonian clay line from Tarte. You get in this 0.32 ounces. In the Hourglass stick, you get 0.25 ounces, so you do get more in this one. I think this was either $46 or $49 Canadian, and I believe it's $39 US, but I will link it down below. I think the color is actually going to be fine. It feels very creamy. Kind of orangey. So this side I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender. Okay, so the color isn't awful. It's a little bit orange. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is it's very natural. Next, on the other side, I'm going to go in with a brush and just blend it out. This is my favorite brush to blend out foundation. I look orange. This is so orange. But they're shades. I swear to God, they're shades. They're not good. Okay, so the first thing I have to say is that I do look orange, but most of my foundations do look orange at the beginning, and somehow in the end I make it all blend together. I think I prefer the side with the Beauty Blender. I knew I would, I just always do. And then always with a stick foundation, I like going back in and doing like, I pick some up with my Beauty Blender and then go in and put a little bit of extra coverage or blend it where I need it to be blended. This is probably the most natural looking foundation I've ever come across. Okay, so I had a dot right here. It was like a scab from a pimple that I picked, and it covered it. I can't even see it. And my Milani 2-in-1 foundation didn't even cover it. I feel like this might get a little greasy during the day just because it's already looking like a little dewy. And this is supposed to be matte. Guys, This claims to be a matte foundation. This is not a matte foundation. There's no way this is a matte foundation. Okay, so I think that's good for foundation. I've been obsessed with this Bite Beauty Agave lip treatment in the stick. I used to have the little tube, and this is so much more convenient. If we get really close, this foundation is so natural looking. This is probably the most natural foundation I've ever come across. Like, if you look really close, this foundation looks very luminous, but it doesn't look greasy. It looks literally like my skin. I'm not sure if it's picking up on the camera, but it's looking very natural, and I'm very, very impressed with this. As for my pores, it hasn't set in to any of my lines just yet. I feel like this is a really good summer foundation because it is more dewy. Obviously this is a little dark. I'm looking very tanned, but I know once my tan develops, it will match. I just have to lighten it up with concealer, but I cannot get over how natural it looks. I'm a little worried about how long it will hold up because it is a little bit more dewy, but we will see. I'm gonna go and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and check in and tell you guys how everything laid on top. So I'll see. Okay, so it is quite a bit of time later. It is now 1:59. I got a little bit distracted watching videos and just doing my makeup, and this is what happens all the time. But I have to say, all of my products layered amazingly on top of this foundation, but it looks so smooth, so flawless. Honestly, I'm absolutely in love with this foundation. And coming from someone who literally has so many foundations, like countless foundations, I'm constantly buying and trying new foundations, and this one is by far probably the most natural looking. It is very flawless. It looks very, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, that's why I'm looking down. But it looks so full coverage. The color was a little bit orange, not gonna lie, but once I put my concealer, my bronzer, I think it looks fine, and I would personally wear this color. I'm so happy with how this foundation turned out. The combination of the Tarte Stick Foundation and the Tarte Shape Tape is like, it was made from heaven. I honestly cannot get over how this foundation looks right now. If you have greasier skin, I can see this being an issue for you because it is looking very dewy, very glowy on my skin. The coverage is definitely medium to full coverage. You can sheer it, like with any foundation, you can sheer it out all over your face, or you can build it up. On my lips right now, I know you guys are going to ask, I just have the Agave Bite Beauty lip thing. I love this, obsessed. I always put this on, well, I always put a lip balm on before I start my makeup. I love this. And then I have Strip Down Liner. I mixed a little bit of Strip Down and YSL number 13. Those two are my favorite. And then I put the Anastasia Beverly Hills Undressed Lip Gloss on top. Loving this combination also. So before I go, I know you guys are also gonna ask about this. These are my necklaces today. This is a crystal heart necklace, a part of the Shop Coffee Couture line that's gonna be released very soon. This is the Skinny Dip choker and the Malibu choker. These are both new. This one is so pretty. It's such a white silver. We also have a regular silver, which looks like the Tiffany bracelet. This is rose gold. We have gold and the regular silver. And then this is just the Malibu bracelet. Like I said, it is 2 o'clock right now. I'm gonna film another video. I'll check back in throughout the day and we'll have a final verdict. So I'll see you. 5 p.m. I just ate and I'm about to go to this party. Don't mind this mess behind me. In here I'm looking very shiny, but I don't look shiny in real life. I'm still gonna powder because I want to see what this looks like if I just, you know, if it builds well. And I powder all my foundations throughout the day, so it looks good as new. I'm very impressed. I'm going to fix my lips and then I'm going to go to the party. And I'll check in probably at the party and then also after. So I'm at the party and I snuck into the bathroom to do a little bit of an update. I really, really like how this is held up. It looks still like my skin. It is very nice. I've actually gotten compliments on my skin today and I think it's really good. I don't know if you can tell what it looks like. Very pretty. So far it gets an A+ for me. I don't look greasy. I still look put together and it's been a long time now. It's like 8 o'clock. Okay, so I just got back. I'm sorry about this lighting. It is 12:43 a.m. and I have some thoughts on this foundation. I've worn it for now 12 hours since the moment I put it on. It claims to be a 12-hour foundation. I personally really loved my entire experience today with it. There are a few things I look for in a foundation and this definitely met almost all of them. I have one gripe with this foundation. One thing that really I don't love about this foundation, I'll get to that in a second. Overall, I really do enjoy this foundation. Now, from being someone who tries new foundations almost weekly, I try new foundations all the time. I know what I like, I know what I don't like, I know what I would recommend, and I know what I wouldn't recommend. My all-time favorite foundation is the Hourglass Stick Foundation. In comparison, this Tarte foundation has a little bit less coverage and it is a little bit thinner in consistency. I find that the Hourglass foundation is a little bit thicker and also a little bit more velvety. Now, that foundation I think is waterproof. I've gone through, like, it's gotten wet, I've cried wearing it, and it doesn't move. Like, that foundation stays put. That is my all-time favorite foundation. Although it is a first impression, I still really do like the Tarte foundation for every day. It was extremely, extremely natural looking. I've never come across a foundation that looks so natural. And while it is dewy, it is not greasy. It is like a really pretty finish. In comparison to another one of my favorites, Tom Ford Stick Foundation, I think these are very, very, very similar, if not identical. Sometimes the Tom Ford Stick Foundation can look a little bit weird on my skin. On my dry skin, it looked very nice and it made me look very hydrated, and I found that foundations have been recently making me look very dry and kind of dull, and this one kind of made me look very dewy and luminous. So I did not touch this foundation up at all during the day, except the one time I did put a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder on before I went to the party just to freshen up. I wasn't looking too greasy or anything, I just wanted to freshen up, and I haven't done anything since. And honestly, right now, especially right here, it looks great. I tend to break up around my jawline, on my nose, and my forehead. I was playing with my hair, like moving it back and forth. You know, it isn't noticeably breaking up, but I can see that I have a little bit less coverage here. The only thing I didn't love about this is that the color selection is pretty bad. I don't know if they're planning on coming out with new colors or what they're planning on doing, but like I said, the shade below this was way too light and this one is a little bit too dark. But I made it work with concealer and I think it looked really nice. I'm going to continue to use this as my everyday foundation and see how it is. It held up really well. Like I said, I did a lot today. I was trying on and off clothes, I was kissing people on the cheek, and it still stayed really nicely. Right now at Sephora, you can get a good size sample. I think if you spend over $30, you get like, it's probably like half the size of a regular stick. I'm not even kidding. I saw it today. My best friend's sister got it and it was like the same size as mine almost. So I'll leave the coupon code and the link to Sephora down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Please don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.